Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation news fans. The Bachelor viewers were left shocked when Grant Ellis decided not to couple up with Litia Garr, despite dropping hints she was the one all season. During the season finale of the hit ABC show, Litia was devastated when Grant instead decided to end their relationship and choose Juliana Pasquarosa. Grant later admitted Litia's reaction had stressed him out, with Litia now speaking out about what happened. Litia insisted she got the closure she needed when the finale aired and said she is no longer living in the past. "I feel great today. I feel like I got the closure that I needed that day," she's now revealed. Litia added, "That was a long conversation. It was a 45-minute conversation that we had there, and I said, everything that I said on the couch on the live show, I said it that day to him, and I was just like, if someone is capable of doing this to someone that they said they loved, I couldn't be with that person, and that's, no judgment to anyone else." During an appearance on the Julia Cunningham show, Litia admitted Grant's behavior actually helped her to get over him. She explained how she didn't want to be with someone who treated people the way he treated her. During the series, Grant told her he loved her, and even suggested to Litia's mom they should stop the entire show because he'd be choosing her daughter. Litia explained the snub made it a lot easier for me to close the book on it and move on after seeing what Grant was really like. The TV star admitted she has no ill feelings towards Grant or Juliana now she's had time to process what happened. In fact, Litia said she has taken away some positives from her time with Grant. "I was just like, that was special, and it was a good time. I'm proud of myself for being myself and being vulnerable and opening up and the end. On to the next," she said. "We use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented to and to improve our understanding of you. This may include adverts from us and third parties based on our understanding. You can unsubscribe at any time. Read our privacy policy. Get all the latest news, entertainment, sport, and lifestyle updates from our dedicated American that never was." It was the moment millions of fans had anticipated. The music swelled, the lights dimmed, and Grant Ellis stood on the rose-drenched mountaintop, heart pounding under a designer suit, lips pursed in anticipation. But the name he spoke wasn't hers. Litia Garr, with trembling hands and glassy eyes, stood there in her silver gown, a vision of elegance and emotion, while her heart cracked silently behind a practiced smile. Fans gasped. The cameras caught every blink, every shaky breath. Juliana Pasquarosa got the final rose, and Litia walked away empty-handed. Again. But what the cameras didn't catch was the fire that sparked inside her the moment she turned from Grant. Hurt, yes, but not defeated. And today, months later, Litia finally spoke out. "I found closure." Post-finale fallout. In the weeks following the finale, Bachelor Nation erupted. Twitter trends flipped faster than roses fell. Justice for Litia became a movement. Memes circulated comparing Grant to a Ken doll with no emotional depth, and Juliana to a stylish snake in a silk dress. Litia, however, stayed quiet. While Grant and Juliana took their media tour from Good Morning America to podcasts and red carpets, she went dark on social media. No cryptic posts, no sponsored makeup tutorials, just silence. Until now. In an exclusive interview with People, Litia re-emerged with grace and grit. "Closure doesn't come from an apology or a final conversation," she said. "It comes when you stop needing one." Her side of the story. She hadn't planned to fall in love. Like many contestants, Litia applied to The Bachelor on a dare, not a dream. It was a bucket list thing, she laughed. But when she met Grant, a charming blend of Wall Street confidence and hometown Southern charm, she felt her emotional walls begin to crumble. Week after week, rose after rose, she stayed. Not because of strategy, but sincerity. "I thought he saw me, not just the glam or the gowns, me." They had deep conversations off camera, about her dad's passing, about her fear of being too much for the world, about how she made a playlist for every chapter of her life. Grant told her, "You're unforgettable," and then he forgot her. Publicly. "I don't think he lied," Litia admitted in her interview. "I think he just didn't know what love was, and I confused potential with permanence." Retreat and rebirth. After the finale, Litia packed a suitcase and booked a one-way flight to Bali. No PR handlers, no paparazzi, just waves and Wi-Fi. "I needed to lose myself somewhere peaceful to find myself again." She hiked volcanoes at sunrise, learned how to ride a scooter, and crashed it once. Ate spicy sambal until she cried. And slowly, day by day, she stopped replaying Grant's rejection in her head. Instead of searching for answers, she started asking new questions. What did she want from love? What did healing actually look like? Who was she outside the Bachelor edit? "The show gave me a platform," she said, "but it didn't define me. I do that now." The unexpected DM. 2 months into her soul-searching journey, Litia received a message that made her drop her phone. It was from Grant. "Hey, I don't know if you'll even read this, but I wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't handle things well." She stared at it for a full hour. She didn't cry. She didn't respond. She simply archived the message and took a deep breath. "That was the moment I knew I didn't need his validation anymore," she recalled. Closure is when your healing doesn't depend on the person who hurt you. Moving onward, not backward. When Litia returned to the States, she came with a glow that no ring could match. She launched her own podcast, Girl, Say It Back, a mix of humor, heartbreak, and healing. Each episode dives into dating culture, self-worth, and emotional intelligence. And her first guest? A licensed therapist who helped her understand that trauma can hide behind sparkly TV moments. Fans flocked to her DMs, not for drama, but for wisdom. "You're the Bachelorette we deserved," one fan wrote. But Litia isn't campaigning for that title. "I'm not trying to win anyone's heart on TV again. I'm trying to help women win their own back." A run-in with Juliana. At a mutual charity gala in Los Angeles, fate intervened with awkward timing. Litia and Juliana found themselves at the same table. The tension, tangible. Juliana, in a red gown that screamed winner, approached her with a practiced smile. "Hey, I know we've never had the chance to talk." Litia stopped her with one sentence. "I hope he treats you better than he treated me." No malice, no drama, just truth. Juliana blinked, nodded, and walked away. Later that night, Litia received a message from another guest who overheard. "Classiest McDrop I've ever seen. The truth about Grant and Juliana." In an ironic twist, Grant and Juliana's love story unraveled barely 3 months post-finale. Quietly, subtly. A shared statement cited different life goals. But insiders whispered about jealousy, disagreements, and, most tragically, emotional immaturity. Litia's response, a posted quote. "What breaks you isn't the ending. It's believing the wrong person was your forever." Closure defined. So what is closure? To Litia, it's not revenge, not pity, not even understanding. It's the freedom to live like the pain never had the power to stop you. She's now working on a book titled After the Rose, Healing Beyond Heartbreak. She's collaborating with a women's shelter in her hometown. She's even dating again, quietly, confidently, and off-screen. When asked if she'd ever return to the Bachelor franchise, she laughed. "Only as a therapist or a rose critic." The final word. In an era where reality TV tries to shape narratives for ratings, Litia Garr broke the script. She didn't become the bitter ex or the next lead. She didn't post thirst traps or vague subtweets. She became something rarer, a woman who healed out loud. Her story wasn't about losing the guy, it was about gaining herself. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of ending we need more of. "My closure wasn't Grant's to give," she says now with a smile. "It was mine to claim." When the cameras fade, reality TV is often louder after it ends. Paparazzi, interviews, brand deals, but for Litia, the silence was a choice. "I didn't want to monetize my pain," she said. Offers poured in, from skincare brands to protein teas, even a controversial invite to appear on Bachelor in Paradise. She said no to all of them. "I didn't want to be the girl who got dumped and then posed in bikinis to stay relevant." Instead, she did something few Bachelor stars ever do. She got a job. Litia began consulting for a nonprofit that works with women recovering from emotionally manipulative relationships. She led workshops on rebuilding self-worth and boundaries. When she told her story, not as a reality TV star, but as a woman, it resonated deeply. "Everyone has a Grant. Mine just happened to have a camera crew around him." DMs from strangers and one from a Bachelor legend. Thousands of messages flooded her inbox over the next few months. Some were from fans who thanked her for holding her head high. Others were from women who had dated narcissists, been ghosted, or been made to feel like they were too emotional. But one message stood out. It was from Charity Lawson, a former bachelorette who had been through a similar media storm. "Hey Litia, just wanted to say I see you. I know how hard it is when people assume your heartbreak is for entertainment. If you ever want to talk woman to woman, I'm here." That single message turned into a phone call. And that call turned into a friendship. Charity helped me realize I wasn't overreacting. The manipulation, the gaslighting, it's real even if it's wrapped in roses and camera angles. Together, they started discussing a joint project, an online course called Red Flag Rehab. Grant's downfall begins. As Litia bloomed, Grant began to unravel. His post-show interviews started sounding rehearsed. His smile seemed tighter. He launched a cologne line called Forever, which fans instantly mocked with TikToks like, "Forever? More like for 3 months." He and Juliana were seen arguing in public more than once, and insiders whispered that he had a habit of rewriting history. The internet started to flip. Reddit threads emerged with titles like, "Was Grant Eva ready for marriage?" Watching old clips, he never looked at Litia the way he looked at himself in the mirror. Litia, however, refused to gloat. "I didn't win or lose. I just left."